Zeb Wise and Casey Kahne from the front row. Tyler Courtney and Brad Sweet in row 2. Brady Bacon, Parker Price Miller in row 3. Corey Day, Brent Marks in row 4. Kyle Larson and Rico Abreu in row number 5. Red Dirt Raceway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green.
Everybody scatters back in the pack. Zeb Wise away with the lead. Tyler Courtney and Casey Kahne side by side for the second spot through 3 and 4. The first time, lap 1 to Zeb Wise.
Zeb Wise leads lap number 1. Right behind it, it's the Kubota Highland Racing points leader of Tyler Courtney. They both run the bottom of the racetrack. First one to work off the bottom is the number 9 of Casey Kahne. As I say that, Kahne hits the deck and turns 3 and 4, runs the bottom, now gets to the middle on the exit as Zeb Wise leads lap number 2.
Watching Brad Sweet here on your screen on flow. This is about 5th on back here as he races with Brady Bacon. Brad's really the first one to get up onto the high side, the middle groove. His KKR teammate Casey Kahne, a couple spots in front of him, is up there now too as they try to get the second lane cleared off.
PPM's gained a couple spots at the start of this one. The 9P car from 6th to 4th early on in this one as Tyler Courtney now moves his way off the bottom and turns 3 and 4. Gives up that bottom lane to Casey Kahne, who looked underneath of him for a moment. And man, Dylan, these guys are already on the same straightaway as lap traffic.
Yeah, Kevin Newton is going to be the first car that they encounter as slower traffic. Zeb Wise can see him as he works off a 4. Tyler Courtney in second, good race for third. We got one in the wall back in the pack. It's Kyle Larson. He continues on and we stay green.
Rico Abreu threw a short slider down there on that end of the speedway, and Larson loses wholesale positions. Here comes Tyler Courtney. He's got the 7BC ripping on the high side of the racetrack, coming after your race leader. Wise looks like he had a rear view mirror right there. Pulled up in front of him, maintains the race lead as they get into traffic now.
That was a perfectly executed change to the top side. Zeb may have heard it, but Sunshine rips the bottom perfectly. Side by side for the lead. He may return the favor down here into 1. Short slider. Courtney to the lead. Wise tries to draw back inside.
Great stuff there as they both split the 16 TH of Kevin Newton and Sunshine Tyler Courtney. He will lead lap number 8 here, Red Dirt Raceway. Casey Kahne gets held up by the slower car of Kevin Newton, who looked to be pulling into the infield. Kahne's going to lose 2 spots. Brad Sweet and Corey Day go by him on the outside.
Brad Sweet on the charge here. He's up to the 3rd spot. He found the high side as soon as anybody. He's moved around Casey Kahne. He's bringing Corey Day with him inside the top 5. Sweet 4th, Day in for Sweet 3rd rather, Day in 4th.
And remember, Corey Day, the Durst Dice Roll driver, started 7th, looking for an extra $3,500 if he could pull off the win. If he were to win, it would be his 2nd in a row with Kubota Highland Racing. He's coming after Brad Sweet down the back straight for that 3rd spot.
Oh, and Wise was slow on the bottom there, and Brad kind of had to take evasive action. Day does the same as he turns down the hill side by side for the 3rd spot down into 1.
Wow, Tyler Courtney had some kind of mistake right there in 1 and 2, and Zeb Wise really close. They got car around in the middle of the racetrack. It's Hunter Schuerenberg, and the caution comes out here with 10 laps complete.
Well, where do you watch?
It's hard.
There's all kinds of stuff going on.
I could not tell you what the best place to look at is right now, but Hunter Schuerenberg, the way he's looking is the wrong way with the nose wing askew on that Josh Ford Motorsports entry, as he is definitely having some problems there. We'll take a look at a replay in just a moment here on Flow Racing, presented by Comp Cams, and after that, we'll get you a rundown of the top 10 drivers right now. From the infield, wow, big contact between Schuerenberg and the 5 of Spencer Bayston. We'll have to see if there's damage on the 5 car. Tony, did you see that happen down there?
I did not see it happen, but I see the 5 car right in front of me. It is a completely flat right rear on the CJB number 5. The Vermeer guys are jumping in, a few other teams as well. They're going to jack this thing up and put on a new right rear.
Great work down there, Tony, as the 5 of Bayston, definitely with a pretty huge hit there. We'll take a look at it one more time, and man, monster trucked in there, got up off the ground, and Spencer able to drive away, albeit with a flat right rear tire, as they continue to work on the CJB Motorsports number 5. He's down there along with Kevin Newton, who has retired from this one in the 16TH. Looks like maybe a push truck on its way to the 5. There's also some damage right there on the nose wing for 55 car Chris Windom. Here comes our Frozen Farmer pick pint, Dylan. It's got ice cream. Oh, it fell over. Oh, no.
Well, they should be able to still see it down there and drive around it. We spilled our ice cream.
Not quite spilt milk, but it is spilt ice cream there on the front straightaway. Our Frozen Farmer pick pint. As looks like nobody doing anything crazy there. Mostly, one in, one out, one in, one. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of difference, and right there again. So some guys choosing some different spots.
Yeah, it's so interesting just how slow you have to roll the bottom here to make it work. I think it's equally as fast right now as the high side, especially down here in 3 and 4. It's such a long way around. The cushion's basically pushed all the way up to the wall through 3 and 4. So you got to be really, really precise and go really slow on the bottom, but you also got to be, if you're going to run the high side, you can see down here in the center of 1 and 2, there's not much to hang on to right in the center. So tricky on both the bottom and top here.
Certainly is, as Corey Day was looking very, very good right before that caution came out. He's going to start on the outside of Brad Sweet in row number 2. Tyler Courtney, the Highlander Racing point leader, looking for his 3rd win of the season as he leads us back to the green flag.
Great jump for Sunshine, goes right to work on the high side. Zeb Wise now in a battle with Brad Sweet. Wise on the outside, Sweet on the bottom. Corey Day right there as well as those 3 race for 2nd.
We know how good Brad Sweet can roll the bottom. We got one off the pace at the back, the 45X of Jace Park. I think he might have a flat right rear, and that is the case, and the caution flag is going to come back out. Flat right rear on the Johnny Herrera 45X, driven by Overland Park, Kansas's Jace Park. He was running, let's see if I can find out where he was running at prior to that incident there. It looks like he was running 24th at the time.
For the 57 that they hoped for. He does have a win, of course, at East Bay, but since then it's been a little bit tough sledding.
Well, the pick pine is back out, and this time it will stay standing. And we definitely did get a lap in, because if we did not, it would have been a single file restart. So we did get a lap in. I have short-term memory loss, as the pick pine nearly gets clipped right there by Cole Macedo, but it survives.
And Jace Park headed back out on the racetrack over in turn 3.
Jace Park, yes, back onto the racetrack, and he will rejoin at the tail end of the field with what looks to be 12 laps into this race, which means we have 23 to go. So still almost a full main event left to run here in the first race of the Midweek Money Series. And got to keep hammering it home with Corey Day. He is the Durst Dice roller. That would be pretty cool for our boy Andrew down there to get a couple extra bucks to leave here tonight as we head back to the green flag.
Another good start for Courtney. Gets right to the high side in front of Zeb Wise. Brad Sweet rolls the bottom off of 2, but Wise too strong. He'll slam the door into turn number 3. That's the race for 2nd. Brad misses the bottom. He gives 3rd to Corey Day.
And now 2nd to Corey Day as he's going to slide in front of Zeb Wise. So Corey Day from 4th to 2nd on that little stretch right there. And the next car he will look to encounter is the current Kubota Highlander Racing point leader, that being Sunshine Tyler Courtney.
Both of the BC cars up in front on Driven to Save Lives night. The 7 BC Tyler Courtney out front pacing the 14 BC of Corey Day. Here's a race for 3rd now. Zeb Wise inside and Brad Sweet down into turn 3.
Good stuff here for this 3rd spot. Zeb bangs off the cushion right there. Brad Sweet right back underneath him, and Sweet's going to take the 3rd spot for a moment. Can Zeb cross him back over? He tries to, but gets in the slick right there, and Brad Sweet's going to have the 3rd spot clear. Now here comes Parker Price Miller in the mix as well. Oh, right in front of Zeb Wise. They had to have gotten together right there.
And Zeb had to check up and hang a hard left. He'll throw another slider on Parker Price Miller. This is the race for 4th with Brent Marks in the mix. Meanwhile, up front into turn 1, Corey Day has reeled in Tyler Courtney. That's the right side of your screen. Day tries to slide. Sunshine can't get there.
Have you ever seen Tyler Courtney so? Because he just threaded the needle right there. Car in the wall right in front of your race leader. It's Cole Macedo. Tyler Courtney checks up a little bit, but still hangs on to the race lead. Corey Day shuts it down, tries to roll the bottom right there. Looking to track down the NOS Energy Drink 7 BC, and way behind them, nearly a straightaway back to the 3rd place car, Brad Sweet.
But Brad has finally gotten rid of Zeb Wise, so he may be able to put some laps together here to try to run down these top 2 in traffic. They're side by side for the lead. Day on the inside, the black 14, catches the moisture off the bottom. Courtney tries to beat him back to the inside lane. I don't think he's going to get there. Drag race off of 4. Corey Day, the new leader.
Corey Day to the top spot. Your Durst Dice Roll driver trying to win an extra $3,500 tonight for himself and Andrew down in the grandstands. 3 wide with the race lead. One of them is a lap car of Cole Macedo. And here comes Brad Sweet trying to track him down.
Brad is rolling the bottom here as these top 2 try to slice and dice their way through the high side of lap traffic. He's got some, trouble. Car upside down in turn number 4.
Jason Martin he was in 12th place at the time. Martin was having a good run, started 17th, and was up to 12th at the time of this incident. You heard him earlier in the heat race interview, was disappointed with how things were going, but he came back to a track that he has been to before finally. And Jason Martin has won here before. He won with the Sprint Series of Oklahoma in 2020, and he was second here with the OCRS, Oil Capital Racing Series, in 2021. And you could see that that previous experience helped him here tonight. He was up to 12th position, and unfortunately will get upside down in the Bybee Electric 36 car. Looks like he's able to roll away, and it looks like none of the frame rails are dragging, so maybe just a top wing potentially. We'll have Tony Laporta make his way over there. Not sure if that team is going to have a top wing ready to go in that infield.
We've seen a couple guys here under green get tripped up in that exact same spot, just racing around other cars. If you get into that ledge off of turn 4, there's not a whole lot of room to negotiate before you end up in the wall. So it's been a tricky spot here through the feature. Saw Cole Macedo get a piece of it there right in front of the leaders under green flag conditions.
So Jason Martin arrives in the work area. I don't see any wings rolling over there. Tony, do you see anything like that?
I don't right now, but they're going to work on taking that top off like they have plans of replacing it. That's where the most damage is on Jason Martin's machine. I'm going to try to stick my head in here and ask these guys what their plan is. I do not see a top wing right now, but they're maybe they're going to try to bang it back out to get it good enough to run. That's not going to happen, I don't think.
Thank you very much, Tony. We're going to have a replay coming up here from our drone in just a moment. Here is the replay on Flow Racing. It's going to be off of turn number 4. So over on the top left of the screen, I believe. Yes. So it looked like somebody was throwing up a slider there, Dylan, but that car did not make contact with him. Yeah, it looked like Tanner Thorson, but it looked like Martin had hit the wall before that had actually been, that slider had been cleared on him.
Well, and if you, you look over in 3 and 4, the cushion is basically pushed up to the outside wall. So if you lift or you get it crossed up or anything out of shape over there, right basically where guys are finishing their sliders on you, it just kind of puts you in a bad spot. So it's nothing really that anybody is doing wrong. It's just the nature of the racetrack over there, and it's tight quarters, Tony.
Yeah, it's very tight quarters, and it's going to be tight quarters for Jason Martin as he tries to climb out of this 36 machine with that top wing shoved down the way that it is. He did tell me that he is okay, and as he climbs out of this race car, he's agreed to talk, so we're going to get him out here. And first firm, Jason, want to make sure you are okay, correct?
Yeah, I'm good. Yep.
What happened?
I got up into that curb a little bit, and then I don't know if it was McFadden or somebody slid me there, and I just had to get out of the gas, and I get into that big curb. It's like 18 inches tall, and I got it off the gas at the wrong time and got upside down.
All right, well, the best news is you're okay. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
There's Jason Martin. Tough way down the night here today, guys.
Frozen Farmer Pick Pint to make its way back onto the racetrack once again, and we'll see where Corey Day chooses. I would think that top, maybe. Nope, he's looking at the bottom right now.
Well, the bottom off of 4 has been really good, and I think maybe on the restart you want to be down there. Just it's a little harder to get your momentum built up on the high side, so if you can get rolling off the bottom at a 4, that may allow you to launch up to the high side. So I'm interested to watch Brad Sweet too. He was closing on those top 2 in traffic, but now that he's going to kind of have a clear shot at these top 2, see if the big cat can pull one out of his hat here and go up and challenge these 2 cars at the front.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. He has not won a race this year with Kubota Highland Racing, which is quite surprising. Obviously got the opening night win with the World of Outlaws at Volusia Speedway Park, but hasn't really been in contention for wins with Kubota Highland Racing so far. He was good, I think, the first night at East Bay, and he's been good every night, but he's been not a winning car. He's been a top 5 car every night, just hasn't been in contention for any wins. We'll see if it happens here tonight in his Red Dirt Raceway debut as we head back to the green flag here at Red Dirt.
Great jump for Day. Just like we said, off the bottom, gets right to the top side. Look at Parker Price Miller down there on the bottom feeling racy. He's disposed of Brad Sweet. PPM goes to 3rd as we've got a gaggle here back in the pack for inside the top 10 as everybody tries to find their lane.
Brent Marks is on the move right now in the 19 car, looking for that 3rd spot. They're 3 wide for 3rd. Marks on the bottom, Sweet in the middle, and Parker Price Miller gets shoved into the wall. Rico gets into him, Zeb's around. We got one stopped in the infield. It is the Rudine Racing 26 after a domino effect coming off of turn number 2. And if memory serves right, it was contact between PPM and the 24 of Abreu, I believe, right, Dylan?
It was, and it may have actually been between he and Brad Sweet. I was watching to see who Parker pulled up next to, or if he did pull up next to somebody here, but that looked like Parker was up with the right sides on the wall at one point, and then Zeb, the unfortunate one that got the last straw there and spun to the infield, taking him out of a battle for the top 5. Here's a replay on flow for those of you watching at home, and we'll tell you exactly what happened here off of turn number 2. Yeah, Brad I don't know that he necessarily moved up. Parker just kind of climbed up on that ledge. Brad maybe didn't give him a ton of room, but Parker climbed up on that ledge there off of turn number 2, and everybody else scattered to miss him.
Well, I'll tell you what, who has been just out of nowhere now is the 19 of Brent Marks. He started 8th in this race, so he wasn't too terribly far back, but right there, you could tell that like he was really, really good. He's up to 4th now and looking to get into the podium position, but if he can keep that bottom rolling how he is right now, he might be able to challenge for this thing.
Well, and these restarts are with the choose cone are great opportunities for guys a little bit further in the field just to kind of pick where their car is working best on these restarts and capitalize. And I like the bottom here on these starts. With as much as everybody's scattering, you see Marks and Parker Price Miller both go to the bottom. So Marks gives up 4th effectively on the track to start 5th, start 3rd in the inside lane. So I like the bottom on these restarts. When everybody else tries to get to the top side and get going right away, they start sliding each other. If you can just kind of creep around there, you can maybe pick some spots up, and I think that's what Marks has done here.
Yeah, certainly has. He's been fun to watch so far in this one, and we'll see if he can challenge Corey Day potentially for this win. What do we got going on here?
Well, just interesting too, Brad Sweet went to the top side here, so he's kind of abandoned that thought process, and he's going to try the high side. Everybody wants to get to the high side right away. It's just about how you launch off of turn number 4. So be curious to see how quick Courtney and Sweet get going there, 1st and 2nd in line on the outside.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. I'm going to keep my eye on the McGrewBid.com, number 19 of Brent Marks. As we go back to look at Tyler Courtney on the restart. Immediately slots in line behind Corey Day, goes to the top of the racetrack. First one's to the bottom, PPM and Brent Marks. Here comes Rico now to 4th.
Yeah, that was perfect for Sunshine because Brad Sweet fell back to the 5th spot as they race hard for 3rd in front of him. Marks and Price Miller. Now we go 4 wide. Marks, Rico, Brad Sweet, and Parker Price Miller all right on top of each other for 3rd.
Is it the parade lap or is it lap number 23 of this race? I cannot tell, but Brent Marks now up into the 3rd spot in car number 19, and he looks strong. Here comes Larson from out of nowhere. He's into the top 5.
Larson was way back outside the top 10, and he started to charge forward here. He's in a battle with Rico now as Brad Sweet has continued to fall back as well. All 3 of these guys racing for the 5th spot. Look at Larson jamming in there. Muscles Rico up and out of the way and into the wall. That's the race for 5th, and give it to Larson.
And that was payback from earlier. Rico put Larson in the wall off at turn number 4. Larson says, I'm going to do that right back to you. And he moves into the top 5. Justin Peck won the B main. He is now up to 6th and underneath of Kyle Larson down the front straightaway.
Peck just creeping around the bottom, exactly like we talked about somebody like Jacob Allen doing. He hasn't moved forward quite as far, but Peck has. He is rolling. Corey Day continues to lead by about 10 car lengths over Tyler Courtney. Then it's a long ways back to 3rd place, Brent Marks and Parker Price Miller. And then Kyle Larson runs 5th in that 57.
Corey Day, close call coming off of turn number 2, clipped the wall and nearly lost the handle on the 14 BC. The 7 BC trying to track him down. The last time by, Tyler Courtney was 6 100ths faster than your race leader, so tracking him down just a little bit as major lap traffic lies ahead for your race leader.
And this is sometimes where it's not a bad thing to be in that 2nd spot. You can just respond to what Corey Day does as he tries to get around the lap car of Cole Macedo and doesn't. That may cost him a little bit of time. Now Macedo goes to the bottom, and it's a little bit of clear racetrack up top for Day.
Yeah, that last time by, Tyler Courtney a half second faster. This time he's 2/10 faster than Corey Day, who finally makes it around the outside of Chase Park and Cole Macedo. Day gives the wallet tap coming off of turn number 2, and Tyler Courtney is trying to get a little bit closer and a little bit closer. Where does Corey go this time? Slides in front of Dominic Scelzi to put him 1 lap down.
Day is going to have to be super efficient through lap traffic here. He's coming to 3 laps to go. He's got a couple cars that are on the bottom. Brady Bacon has been on the high side. He moved to the middle there through 3 and 4. 3 to go right there for Day, and he's going to be okay for a couple laps or so before he gets to Brady Bacon.
And Tyler Courtney's not done yet. He's still still faster than the last time by. Another lap car up the road, as you mentioned, is Brady Bacon. Corey Day, 2 laps to go, trying to be the first Durst Dice Roll winner of the season and pocket an extra $3,500 here on night 1 of the Midweek Money Series.
Brady Bacon, a lap car side by side with Cap Henry. Where does Brady go? He takes the high line away from Corey Day, but Day will get by him here. White flag is out. Sunshine not close enough to challenge right now.
Turns 1 and 2 for the final time. Driving the Driven to Save Lives, number 14, BC. He makes his way through turns 3 and 4. It's going to be 2 in a row for the 18-year-old driver. Corey Day wins at Red Dirt Raceway. Tyler Courtney finishes up in second. It's 14 BC, 7 BC. Then behind them, it is, I believe it was in third. I lost track of my scoring here, but somebody was there, third place, and then they came across the line, but Corey Day with the win here tonight. Tyler Courtney second. I believe Brett Marks was your third place finisher. I lost my timing here on my end as the fireworks go off, and want to tell you, Andrew, our Durst Dice Roll winner, make your way to victory lane at the flag stand as Corey Day gets the win. Tyler Courtney finishes up in second. Brett Marks third. Great run for Parker Price Miller. And from the B main, your B main winner, Justin Peck, gets into the top 5 on the 5th place run. Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu, Brad Sweet, Casey Kahne, and James McFadden comes home in the top 10. Great stuff in this one. Corey Day gets out of the Jason Myers Racing, number 14 BC, sponsored by Driven to Save Lives. Got the Hoosier Tire neckband. He'll get the Kubota High Limit Racing winner's hat. And he will climb on top of that race-winning 410 sprint car here on night 1 of the Midweek Money Series. This kid, ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing something special right here. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you. Corey Day, your winner here tonight at Red Dirt Raceway. Confetti goes off. He'll slide off the front end of that race car, and he'll step around the front of the car to talk to Tony Laporta as a winner once again with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Chase, I joked with Corey Day when he came over to join us for Fan Fest right after qualifying. I said, hey, we were impressed by you getting up on top of that wing 48 hours ago in Crandall, Texas. And what did you say to me? You said if you won again, you weren't going to get all the way on top of the wing. I guess emotion took over here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like that one deserved it, man. I had to work for that one. You know, getting by, I mean, the top threes, you know, Tyler Courtney, Zeb Wise, and Brad Sweet, you don't necessarily know if you're gonna be able to get around them. But man, hats off to Shane and Steph and HP Hunter. Just man, everyone on this thing. You know, I think we've been lights out both nights, and it's showing.
I think it's right at about nearly 48 hours. Maybe it's been just a tick past 48 hours even since we talked in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane in Crandall, Texas at RPM Speedway, where you claimed your first Kubota High Limit Racing victory. You double up, you go back to back. Is this like kind of just putting the rest of the field on notice? You guys have found what works, and it's going to be hard to beat the 14 BC moving forward?
Man, I hope so. I hope we, you know, carry this consistency into, you know, big tracks that aren't necessarily like this. But man, when they're short tracks like this and they got a cushion, we're hard to beat for sure.
All right. So you were our Fan Fest driver, and I don't know if you know this. Do you know that you were our Durst Dice Roll driver?
I did not. That's awesome, though.
So our boy Andrew rolled a 7, which is where you started. So you and Andrew Howard are going to take home half of that $7,000. Chase and Dylan did the math. That's an extra $3,500 for you, and it's a $3,500 check for that gentleman right there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's a good part about coming to these races. There's a lot of incentive to the fans, and you know that. Yeah, that's awesome. But I got to give a huge thanks to Driven to Save Lives. You know, Tim Clausen, Richard Marshall, Jennifer Marshall for coming on board for this you know, this midweek series. I'm glad that we could, you know, put this thing in victory lane first night with them on the car, and you know, got to give thanks to Sanders Engineering, SenCal, All Star Performance, Factory Cane, Paul Kistler, FK Rod-Ends, Pella Motors, High Performance Lubricants. Just everyone on the 14 this year that believes in me and our team, and you know, is helping us, you know, get out here on the road and run these races.
How fitting is it that tonight Tim Clausen helped us kick off opening ceremonies, and he got to speak about Driven to Save Lives, about Brian Clausen, about what you and Tyler Courtney are doing to represent that brand. So, just like I asked you 2 nights ago, an angel donor has stepped in this season with Kubota High Limit Racing and is going to put $1,000 in the pocket of a charity a high roller driver chooses should they win on any given night. So where are you sending your $1,000 tonight?
Driven to Save Lives, of course. You know, I'm glad I'm glad they picked me to race in Brian's name and race for a great cause. So driven to save lives for sure.
Back-to-back jacks, ladies and gentlemen. Clovis, California's Corey Day is your winner for the second time in 2024. And now we're going to make our way to talk to the rest of our podium drivers. Andrew, congratulations, $3,500, all because you rolled some dice, brother. Thanks to Durst and the Durst dice roll. Tyler Courtney's got 2 feature victories to his credit already here in 2024. You wear the BC on the back end of your number 7 all year long. Corey Day wears the BC on the back, his number 14 here at these midweek money races. What's it mean to put Brian Clausen's initials and that family's name on the podium back-to-back first and second here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's really special. I know Brian would be just as amazed as I am at how good that kid is, man. It's impressive to watch. I don't know how he didn't crash every corner over there in 3 and 4, but God, I got a front row seat of that. I guess it sucks running second, but it's also just damn impressive to watch a kid like that do his job and do it well. So congrats to Corey and their whole team, and yeah, just another great night for our Nosso Energy Drink Eliason Custom Trailer 7BC, and awesome to see these fans here in Oklahoma. Normally I only get to see them during Chili Bowl, but you know, get down here for a whole weekend. Well, or it's Tuesday, but we'll be down here in Oklahoma the whole weekend. But it's just cool, and just hats off to my guys. You know, we came from 12th, ran 7th on Sunday, and you know, to rebound with the second place tonight. And you know, I felt like we had a car to win, but he's just he found some speed there, especially in 3 and 4, that I just couldn't quite keep up with. So we'll get to work on that, and then you know, try and get ourselves back on the top steps there.
Well, Tyler Courtney says second place sucks, but he also says it was a great points night for his Clausen Marshall number 7 BC team. It, in fact, was. He is your championship point leader coming in and leaving Red Dirt Raceway here in Meeker, Oklahoma. Brent Marks debriefing with the crew. Brent, I'd love to know what you're telling those guys, because from what I could see, this number 19 machine was great down low. It was great up top. How fun was this Red Dirt Raceway tonight for you guys?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, it just starting on the outside there in the beginning with the track we were just kind of in a bad spot, and you know, being a few rows back like that, I was just trying to get to the bottom, and every time I tried, there was just somebody there. So we just lost a couple spots there in the beginning, and just needed the track to get more slick and get wide for our car to come to life, and it really did. So just hoping for a late yellow there to maybe try to sneak around on the bottom on them guys, but. You know, the 14 and the 7 BC, they're really good on these little bull rings, and you know, we don't quite shine on the bull rings. So you know, we're working on our program because there's a lot of these on the schedule, and we're getting better. So we're just missing a little bit, and you know, but you know, I'm really proud of the Murray Marks Motorsports team for working hard tonight, and you know, turning this car around after the dash. We were just not good in the dash at all, and you know, we were okay in the heat race, but we just need to get better. So. We had a lot of fun tonight, and had a lot of fun driving the McGrewBid.com, M&M Painting Construction, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, number 19 tonight. And just want to thank all them for their continued support of our race team, and my guys for working hard, and Alan Murray and Al Murray and his family, and just you know, those two put a lot of effort into you know, supporting this team, and I'm very appreciative of that. So. You know, wish they could get to some more races and spend some time with us. But we're out here representing them as best as we can, and you know, and McGrew, you know, equipment company, and you know, them guys are just you know, a big part of this race team, and we just appreciate all the support. So had a lot of fun tonight. It's a great crowd, and yeah, it's just great to get a podium.
Brent Marks with another trip back to the podium in Whiskey Myers victory lane here with the Kubota High Limit Racing season. Dylan, Chase, what an awesome night, and we just keep getting into this rhythm of having really good race after really good race. RPM Speedway and Crandall was great. I think we all knew Red Dirt Raceway here in Meeker, Oklahoma was going to be really cool. Dominic Scelzi, driver that number 41, let Brian Walker, Chase Rodman, Anthony Creaney, and I all in on a little bit of a secret. He says, hey, Red Dirt Raceway is going to put on a great race. Wait till you get down the road to Southern Oklahoma Speedway where we race Friday. Dominic Scelzi predicts a banger of a race when we get to Southern Oklahoma. Awesome night. Cody Brewer, his wife Melissa, Shane Stewart, they all have done a great job here with this property. I had a lot of fun watching that one, guys.
Corey Day graduates high school May 17th. I don't know what you guys were doing when you were a senior in high school. I know what I was doing. It was not winning national sprint car races. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, he's the real deal, man. He's going to be going places. I mean, people are witnessing history right now, seeing him win these first couple Kubota High-Limit Racing races. Here's a race recap. Obviously started off with Zeb Wise and Kasey Kahne from the front row, Dylan, but quickly that changed very, very, very quickly in this race.
Well, and there was a lot going on just with traffic and guys fighting for the same real estate. You see Tyler Courtney here making a pass on Zeb Wise early for the lead. And these two traded bombs with each other, and then you see the contact here, Bayston and Hunter Schuerenberg, and that was kind of the start of the middle of the race where it just kind of got chaotic and got hectic, and here's Corey Day on the move once again.
And much like RPM Speedway, Corey Day coming to life out of about 10 or so laps in the race. And after that, man, I feel like nobody really had anything for him. There's Brad Sweet battling with Zeb Wise. Man, Sweet slipped back to 8th in the overall rundown after looking like he was going to contend for a podium finish here. And now here's a good battle. PPM had a pretty solid night. He was up there in the top 5 the whole way, 3 wide action. I'm sure we're getting to that point where we see the little contact between Zeb and Rico and a couple of guys here, but there's Corey Day taking the lead in traffic. And right here, I thought for a second that Sunshine was going to get in the back of Chase Park, but he was able to stay off him, but it cost him the race lead.
Well, and it's so impressive as you see Jason Martin, who got upside down in the work area there. His night was done early. It's so impressive just watching this back. And you know, Corey Day navigating his way through lap traffic. There's that contact between Rico and Parker Price Miller that sent Zeb Wise into the infield. Navigating this lap traffic is something that's so difficult, and a lot of veteran guys just struggle with the efficiency of doing it the right way and holding off guys that are charging from behind you. And Corey Day did that so impressively tonight, and it's ultimately what got him the win.
Kyle Larson came on strong at the end of this race, as did Justin Peck, who came from the B main. And man, that was definitely payback from earlier on in the race. And Larson let Rico know as Corey Day went right through the middle, Donnie shot style, and was able to get the win on the final quarter right there for $23,500 here tonight.